Okay, so welcome back to another Attack on Titan devlog. Today we have tons of things to go through. We improved the wall, we improved the house's layout, we even have a castle now, at least a blockout. So stay tuned and I see you at the end of the video. Okay, so the first day basically consisted on working the wall a little bit more. You see, the last couple of weeks I did have the wall, but the scale was a little bit off. So I improved the bricks. I had to change a little bit the tools so it didn't lag that much. I used a different technique for the brick high resolution displacements, and I feel it's turned out quite good. Well, it was basically just an exploration how it will look, and of course I took this render or this back of the Alembic to Clarice, because as you know we will be rendering in Clarice and I wanted to have as much control as I want. I might have had some server crashes here and there, but nothing to be afraid. The thing is that Houdini is great for creating the geometry, but it's not great for handling it. Clarice is, on the other hand. The second day was a little bit more fun, since I had to actually improve the texturing. I learned a lot in these days. I even created some rules for my materials, which I didn't have before. You see, there is something called shading groups inside Clarice. This allows you to select and use materials wherever you want without actually placing it on a destructive environment. It's all procedural. Obviously, if you are tidy with how you export an Alembic from any type of software. So I had to relearn many stuff, like for example our radiant on the y-axis, and I changed the binds so they look a little bit more dry. This is how it looked, or this is how the trees actually look, since we also played with some trees. Well, the third day, my friend Santi, link down below, started developing the blockout of the castle in the main part of the city. This is actually a really important step, since you will see later on I do have to do a basic layout of the scene. A basic layout of the scene means that I will be creating only the bases in Houdini, and then I will be exporting a point cloud to Clarice where I will be instancing the houses. Obviously, just to make everything faster, I will be pre-visualizing that in Houdini. This was essential, the creation of the castle, because it adds like a weight and a scale to the whole scene. I needed to create a couple of houses, some characters, the wall, just to see how everything matches together. The fourth day consisted on using these assets, which we created on the last couple of episodes, to deploy everything on a real scale environment. As you can tell, I am using some curves that I took from Photoshop to instance houses which are shaped after some cubes. We had some couple of crashes, but we also created a wall around everything. This is how it looked. The main reason behind this decision is to have a really good layout where we can do an amazing breakout, and further on we will actually not be creating more scenes. With only one scene and many different cameras, we will have everything we need for the rendering. On the 5th day, I took this idea further. I actually created some slopes, some mountains, and some elevations to actually project the scattering of the houses. I crashed many times, as always, but as you can tell, this is turning out incredible. Just have a look and enjoy. And this is a fun part where I actually added some human meshes and a miniature or a preview of the Titan, just to see the scales. Everything is about scales. If I get this right, I will get everything right. And as you can tell, as a final tweak, I added a mini background. Of course, I will add everything from this point onwards. I hope you enjoyed this update on the Attack on Titan devlog. This was a really long week. We had plenty of work to do. And as always, if you like the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and you can also join our Discord, where we can actually talk about these topics and you can even leave suggestions. So, as always, I'll see you on the next one.